area.
As that within 5 years, the government of Zanzibar will advance health services and no one will have to travel abroad for treatment, and instruct the medical staff to offer good services.
Staff including doctors, nurses and others. Having a building is one thing, but having good services is also another issue, a very important issue. I urge you medical staff to provide high quality services.
Dar es Salaam residents have congratulated improvement in health services at Mnazi Mmoja Hospital and the Kigogo Health Center in Dar es Salaam. They say the improved infrastructure supports a more efficient and accelerated care and services. The residents have made the remarks while meeting with the Deputy Minister for Health, Dr. Godwin Mollel, during his visit to various hospitals in Dar es Salaam region to inspect their performance and challenges they face. Dr. Mollel also has condemned referral delays on patients from district hospital to the National Hospital, Muhimbili. A story by John Matthias, read by Faida Ngaga.
Healthcare is one of the most important sectors in the country that the government continues to take initiatives to improve it. Speaking with Dar es Salaam residents, Deputy Minister for Health, Dr. Godwin Mollel, says it's time to make sure that every citizen gets the best healthcare services.
Our president aimed to improve more on the health sector, and this is at a high level.
Ilala District Commissioner Ngwilabuzu Ludigija says Ilala District will keep improving all hospitals in the district.
Mganga mkuu wetu wa jiji la Dar es Salaam, mfawidhi wa hospitali hii na wataalamu wote wamekuwa wakifanya.
Dar es Salaam regional doctors are working very well to ensure all patients get well treated.
Malalamiko ya huduma mbovu.
Speaking with TBC News, some Dar es Salaam residents think that with the improved healthcare services, more doctors are needed.
More doctors are needed to keep on improving health sector.
Faida Ngaga, TBC News.
Buhigwe District Commissioner Colonel Michael Ngayalina says the production of a more eco-friendly form of charcoal for cooking in Kigoma will be a solution to present form of charcoal that causes environmental degradation due to cutting of trees. Colonel Ngayalina made the remark during the closing ceremony of the first phase of training on charcoal production. The training involved more than 2,000 youth in Kasulu district. The production of new form of charcoal is expected to create job opportunities for all young people as well. Here is a report by Egidius Audax, read by Nasser Kingu.
They have been in the classroom for about 6 days, being taught on how to make a more eco-friendly form of charcoal for cooking, and then each trainee given a charcoal making equipment ready for the job. The equipment is provided free of charge. The government intends to control the damage to the environment that is caused by the use of wood for cooking.
Hapa hivi mkaa mbadala tunatengeneza kutumia malighafi ambazo zipo katika mazingira yetu.
We depend on using the raw materials that are in our environment. Those raw materials came before we got this education. We knew it's dirty.
Tunapokata miti tunapunguza namna ya kupata hewa ambayo ni oxygen.
When we cut trees, we reduce getting air that is oxygen.
More than 200 young people in Kasulu district have benefited from this training, and next on the list are Kibondo and Kakonko districts.
Sisi wajibu wetu tutaendelea kuutimiza.
We continue to fulfill in order to ensure that this program, which is funded by UNHCR, will ensure that it's bring them targeted development. And we will continue to implement traditions that are focused on the people's life.
Young people can use this opportunity to create jobs.
Kila siku tunahitaji kula, si ndio?
Every day we need to eat, and if we eat, we need to cook. Why there is no market for charcoal? Don't worry about the market. Worry about the quality rice chef. wood burns, a different energy reduced that can be turned into the charcoal.
It is a much-awaited move by the Kasulu residents due to the extreme actions of cutting trees, leading to environmental degradation. This has caused some areas to lose their natural origin.
Tunasema tunawapongeza, ni mwanzo mzuri.
We congratulate a good start, but also make sure we go with all areas because our district is big.
The Minister for Natural Resources and Tourism, Dr. Pindi Chana, says the government intends to allocate an area of 1.644 hectares from the Kilwa Masoko Mangrove Reserve in Lindi region for the construction of a fishing port. She was in Dodoma during a working session with the Director of the Department of Forests and Bees of the Ministry of Natural Resources and Tourism, Mr. Deusdedit Boyo, and legal experts of the ministry identifying the benefits of the project. Dr. Pindi Chana, Minister for Natural Resources and Tourism. Dr. Chana says currently Tanzania is getting many tourists due to the good performance of the President Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan through the Royal Tour program and asked the citizen to protect the forest reserves.
Na katika kuendeleza programu hii ya Tanzania the Royal Tour.
In carrying on with the Tanzania Royal Tour program, the Ministry for Natural Resources and Tourism, under the leadership of President Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan, is going to set aside an area of 1.644 hectares per 0.02 square meters from the forest reserved areas, specifically the Kilwa Masoko mangrove forest, aiming at enabling the government project of the construction of the Kilwa Masoko fishing port. Therefore, the ministry has implemented the Chama cha Mapinduzi manifesto. But also, this fishing port will increase employment opportunities. Many youths will get jobs at the Kilwa Masoko port. Moreover, it will attract tourists.
Entrepreneurs and businessmen from various countries in Africa meet in Zanzibar in a special international exhibition that aims at marketing African products and exchange ideas. Swaumu Mavura reports.
As Zanzibar prepares to celebrate 59th years of Zanzibar Revolution, various activities are being organized. One of them is an exhibition that brought together entrepreneurs and businesses from various countries in Africa. Caroline, a designer from Harare, Zimbabwe, says she participates in this exhibition to sell her product and sharing experience.
And I've seen this exhibition giving me fruitful business now and in the future.
Also, Caroline planned to encourage more designers from Zimbabwe to participate in this exhibition next year.
This whole cubicle will be full of Zimbabwean women, maybe 6 of us here, 8 of us the other there, some from South Africa, because you know you can't be doing business on your own and you can't do business in a vacuum. You need other people need you so that we all grow together.
Entrepreneurs have been asked to be creative and use the talent they have to generate income.
I always tell them, because if you have anything you do with your work, you have to go out and you find friends and you find the customers. But if you know to make anything and you stay at home, that will be useless. You get nothing and you'll be complaining there is no job, but you have talent. So you have to go out and you make things.
Caroline and Samuel says Zanzibar is an island of peace and tranquility.
Always, even if I don't sell, I go around collecting cards, email. So when I go Kenya, I just post them.
The people are loving, they are welcoming, it's a peaceful country. Even at 12 midnight, you can walk freely, no harassment, hakuna matatizo, hakuna matata in Zanzibar.
Swaumu Mavura, TBC, Zanzibar.
Tanzania is filled with abundant resources in the tourism industry. Our very own team from Tanzania Safari Channel have dedicated their creativity in bringing the micro wildlife documentary right on your screens. Here is a glimpse of Macro World produced by Tanzania Safari Channel.
When we are in the wild, this is probably what we're always excited to see. But we don't often tend to notice these amazing, tiny, busy, full of life creatures that surround us. They are so tiny to notice them at a glance, but they also have a fascinating life. This is a story of macro wildlife of Tanzania's Saadani National Park.
And that item concludes our local news for tonight. International news up next. And here is Nyambona Masamba with the international news.
Hello, nice to be with you, and here is the international news. China has condemned the move by several countries to impose COVID-19 restrictions on people traveling to its borders who are now required to present a COVID-19 test. US, Japan, and Qatar are among the nations that introduced the new measures due to the reported surge of new infections. The Chinese government says the move lacks scientific and some practices are unacceptable. To Saudi Arabia. Heavy rains have caused flooding in western city of Jeddah, and forecasts say more is expected in some parts of Saudi Arabia. Floodwaters distracted rail traffic and made delayed flights. Last year, the government spent more than $1 million upgrading the city's drainage system. From Saudi Arabia to Europe, tens of thousands of rail workers in the United Kingdom are holding 2 strikes starts on Tuesday. Pay and working conditions are the central among many other disputes. The rail strikes in the UK is to last 24 hours, and there is another planned for January the 6th and 7th. The strike is to have a significant impact on passengers, with 20% of services running. The strikes by rail workers in the United Kingdom follows other industrial action last year. To Scandinavia. Norway hoped to phase out sales of petrol and diesel cars by 2025. New figures suggest nearly 80% of new cars registered last year were battery-powered. Electrical car sellers are benefited in tax pay. Norwegian government is planning to end tax subsidies for electrical car in 2025. Norwegian government is planning to end tax subsidies for electrical car in 2023. To Europe. The members of Kurdish community have paid tribute to 3 victims of an attack in Paris last month. Hundreds of people have turned out to bid farewell. People from other parts of France, Belgium, and Switzerland attended the Paris service. A 69-year-old Frenchman has been charged with the murder of 3 Kurds in the Paris attack. The accused in Paris shooting told the investigators that he was racist after he was detained. The police prosecutor said the accused wanted to kill foreigners after his home was robbed in 2016. Kurdish activists in France demand accountability and action after several attacks on their community. We're winding up to Asia. South Korea has now the lowest fertility rate in the world, and the government is planning to change that. It is increasing child care to encourage young people to start families. The number of deaths has consistently out of birth. The president says the government has put more than $220 billion to increase the fertility rate over the past 16 years. Starting January 1st, Mothers in South Korea will be receiving equivalent of $530 per month per child and more. Nyambona Masamba, TBC, Dar es Salaam.
And that was Nyambona Masamba with international news. Sports news is up next. In sports, the new Simba Sports Club head coach Robert Oliveira, well known as Robertinho from Brazil, says Simba Sports Club's ambition are the main reasons for him to join Simba Sports Club. Robertinho believes his experienced style of play and determination will be key to Simba Sports Club's success.
Robertinho, I'm a professional. I don't come here for sleep. I am tired, no. I come here because I love too much my job. I am a professional. I like too much playing attack in offensive field. The final third of the field is my objective, but I need time just for prepare, for building one strong strategy to be champion. One big club, one good coach, need to win every time. It's our job. About that, about the objective of the club, the same of the coach. Card final, semi-final, and to be champion. Why not? It's my objective too. I remember very well before when I stayed in Vipers and before Tepe Mazembe outside. Many people talk, Vipers, attention, it's very difficult game. My friend, why it's very difficult game? I prefer work every time derby, difficult game, because if you have good performance, you can open many windows in the future. You know, about that, I accept. Congratulations for my dirigents, for Simba, because think big will be big.
Robertinho, who is 62 years now, led Ugandan giant Vipers Sports Club to reach CAF Champions League group stage for the first time in their history. He believes he will win CAF Champions League little with Simba Sports Club this season. Robertinho Oliveira, new Simba Soccer Club head coach, and that marks the end of News Bulletin for tonight. My name is Margaret Geddy. Good night.
Dar es Salaam, nyakati za usiku.